Hello, it's Susan Duclos. For All News Pipeline, it is March 2nd, 2017. A dreamer, or shall we say, former dreamer, learns a valuable life lesson about trolling ICE, which is the Immigration Enforcement. It seems that moments after an immigrant spoke about her fears of deportation, she was detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Daniela Vargas, 22, was detained by ICE agents Wednesday morning shortly after speaking at a news conference in downtown Jackson, according to her attorney. Now, her brother and father had been detained previously. She hid in a closet. She was discovered by agents. She was temporarily handcuffed and then released. What they didn't report in that piece that's being quoted is the fact that she did tell ICE agents she was a dreamer. The thing is, her status had expired. She hadn't renewed it yet. And what did she do? She decided to get up in front of TV cameras and basically flout the fact that she was here illegally. So she got arrested. Well, it seems liberal media is not liking this too much. Let's go on with this one and then we'll go on to the full story. To make matters worse, not only is Vargas lacking in common sense, but after her father and brother were detained, Vargas previously told the Clarion Ledger she planned to go in hiding. She came out of hiding to speak at a conference. They're being a little snarky, saying she's not terribly bright either, which is true. Now, she was 7 years old when her family came to America from Argentina. She was placed under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, otherwise known as DACA, immigration policy. Under the policy, the recipients have to reapply every 2 years. Her renewal application is pending. Evidently, she waited a little too long. She told agents via telephone Vargas had a pending DACA case. However, agents reportedly told Peterson that Vargas was a visa overstay. In other words, she was here illegally. Now, as they point out, if you're here illegally, the only thing you have to do is stay and be able to work is fill out a form on time. And they say, just, put a date on a calendar in red, all caps, so you know not to forget, especially if you're so concerned about being deported. Now, as they say, they have sympathy for the alleged dreamers, but Congress needs to act to fix the law, and if they don't, the DACA program needs to go away because it's patently illegal. It everybody has their own opinion on this, and I do agree that children that are brought here by their parents are put in a heck of a position because they didn't really have a choice, but they do have a choice now to do things legally, to apply. Let's go to the full story over at Twitchy here. Twitchy is pointing out that this is poised to blow up in the media because a lot of personalities are sharing it on social media trying to make it a big case, have this girl be some sort of poster girl. The problem is, let's go and find it. Okay. Media was all ears when a 23-year-old DACA recipient was detained by ICE last month. Several top Democrats demanded Danielle Ramirez Medina be released immediately. At nearly the same time, Chelsea Clinton called it an unconscionably terrible that ICE agents had arrested an undocumented transgender woman at a courtroom where she had sought a protective order. She'd been previously deported 6 times, arrested at least 3 for stolen mail, false imprisonment, and assault. And these are the people that they're turning into their little poster children for their dreamers. But when it comes to this woman, as you can see from this, all these people are talking about it, trying to make it blow up in the news. And it says this could be bad news for ICE, the fact that she was arrested. And they asked, was she detained after speaking at a press conference? Looks that way. Was she being punished for speaking out? That's a stretch, although some are making it. Did ICE agents detain her there because they knew that's where she was? That seems likely and legal, but not flying well with the media. Now, here's where it becomes interesting. ICE did initially let her go after arresting her father and brother in mid February For what reason, we're not told. Vargas hid in a closet, but ICE agents later returned to the house. They found a handgun. Possession of a firearm by an illegal alien is a felony. She was handcuffed while the house was searched, but she was let go. Huffington Post reports she was not initially taken into custody on February 15th. She claimed she had DACA status. Well, evidently, ICE decided to actually investigate that, and they verified that she did not have that status. It has to be renewed every 2 years. So, once again, she was in a house with possession of illegal handgun by illegal immigrants, and she had not renewed her DACA status. So she lied to them, and she was here overstaying her visa, meaning she was here illegally. So was it really a bright idea to stand up in front of a bunch of cameras? Hey, I'm here illegally, and I'm here to talk about not, how cruel it is to deport people. Look, if you're going to shove it in ICE's face that, hey, we're here illegally and I'm going to stay, expect them to arrest you. It is a new day, folks. There is a new administration, and ICE's hands aren't being tied now by the administration. This should be a lesson learned. I don't know how many times I saw Democrats just walk all these illegal immigrants out saying, oh, look, we're protecting them, we're protecting them. And how many times I have said, why is ICE not standing there and arresting them if they know they're here illegally? It's because Obama wouldn't let them. Well, Trump's in there now. If you want to flout your being here illegally, expect to get arrested. That should be the lesson of the day here for these people. Have a good day.